Yes, yes, it is live. Welcome everybody to the world of Q&Asa, where I'm overly zoomed in and no gaming particularly happens. No past, no present, no future. But here we go. You are loving the retro music, Chronic, but do you know what it was from? Do you know what it was from? It's not the first time I've had that one going on. Arabian Mario is actually, Tom, spot on. Hit it on the head. Took some searching to pull it out, but yes, Arabian Mario was the name of the game for that little intro sequence. It's it's a reasonably distinct, reasonably famous little theme intro tune for a retro game, that one. Doom the Dark Ages is not correct, Baz. It's not correct. I can see why you would say that, but no. There's multiple things that we're guessing that are in the air at the moment. There was the song that played for the intro. I typically have a classic little retro game for the intro. I've not got many in rotation, but I do have them. There's the background, which is fairly easy, but you were slightly thrown off with the Dark Ages. And there is the OST that I can't remember how obvious it is or isn't, or actually what it is. But these are all repeats. Nothing is new, nothing is fresh. Not the background, not the OST, not the intro, not the me, not anything about it. So my apologies. Final Fantasy Tactics ? That's a wonderful question, Tom. I would love Final Fantasy Tactics. I will give you my address. You can send it my way. Don't do that. Don't do that. In theory, my wife got me Final Fantasy Tactics for my birthday, but she got me for it in the way that like well-established couples would do, where they're like, just buy it for yourself, that's your present. And I haven't got around to it yet, but I will, because it's what I wanted. It's what I wanted. I just need to find time to play it. I need to find time to play anything. Speaking of, wait a minute, why isn't the background wallpaper covering the whole screen? What do you mean? What's not covering the screen? I'm very confused. What do you mean, Chronic? It looks like it's covering the whole screen to me. Did I finish Liza P? No, Raph. Were you there for any of yesterday when I was getting mad at it? I was pissed. I don't like Liza P. But I did, unfortunately, right before I ended the stream yesterday, I did make further progress on it. I did beat the boss that I was on. So I am going to have to play it again. I am going to have to do the final stretch. I am on the final stretch. Tom, you've never played a Final Fantasy game, but Tactics is very alluring. Do you like other Tactics games? It's strange because, like, to say the one of the series that isn't particularly like the rest of the series, and it's quite a reasonably diverse series at this point in time in terms of the blend from turn-based RPG to action that you get through the series. But to have the Tactics one be the one that's most alluring, that's strange. I'm curious where it comes from. You love Tactics games. Give me recommendations for Tactics games, because I also love Tactics games, but I haven't played most of the like people's favorites. I haven't played Tactics Ogre, for example. I haven't played Final Fantasy Tactics. And what are the other ones that are supposed to be really good? There's a couple that I'm missing from my playlist. I can tell you the ones that I love, but I want to know yours first. Chronic, I must know. So the Arcadia logo is on the UI. You thought it was a wallpaper. Yeah, I can't see what you're seeing, but if it's not perfect, send me a screenshot of it and I'll fix it one day. Which is unlikely to be true. Alex, which kind of Alex? Are you the usual Alex? Have you lost the Father Alex account? Have you chopped and changed again? People are enjoying Outer Worlds 2, and they did not enjoy or like the first one. What's wrong with them? The first one was good. Has anyone here started playing Outer Worlds 2? Is it out now? I know it's here or hereabouts, so I'm not sure exactly what day it releases, and I've told myself that I'm going to play Avowed before I play Outer Worlds 2. What is the background, Baz? You were so very close. I'd like to just tell you were right. This is not the Dark Ages. There is another game where you visit hell and fight demons from the realm of doom. But there are multiple other games where you do that, and it's one of them. Tactics games you played are mostly Western. Oh, Tom. So XCOM, Gears, Wasteland, and a few others. I prefer the Japanese ones typically, but I do like Gears Tactics was okay. Wasteland I think is probably really good. XCOM, yeah, for sure. But have you not played any of the Japanese ones? Because Final Fantasy Tactics is obviously swords and sorcery, and none of those that you mentioned are. Most of the ones that I've played and liked are swords and sorcery. Which isn't to say that I don't like them with guns and grenades. Like, I like things exploding as well, but Battle Royale, Battlefield 6 Battle Royale is live and it's kicking ass. It's way better than Warzone. So I'm going to bring the trailer up for that right away while we're still talking about games. I prefer to talk about things that I've played, but the EA launcher will tell you. In fact, I'm going to bring that up. Don't know why I'm going to bring that up. It's not even interesting. The EA launcher will confirm for you that I have in fact played Battlefield RedSec for 9 hours and 40 minutes, which is not true. I've never played it. It's confusing itself because it uses the same launcher as Battlefield. My installed game is now just called Battlefield, not Battlefield 6, not Battlefield RedSec, not Battlefield 2042. It's just called Battlefield. And I haven't actually hit launch to confirm, but I assume you launched the Battle Royale from there. Which means for RAF it's probably bad news. It's probably still going to crash for you. On the plus side though, it is free, so you can at least test it to your heart's content and find out if they fix the issue for you. And it was a fairly substantial patch to deliver it as well, so maybe it will work for you. Oh Baz, no, not Quake. You don't fight the Doom demons in Quake or go to hell like this. It's a Doom game. I was trying to be subtle. It's a Doom game, just not the Dark Ages. Chronic, you sent me a clip. Thank you. I'll check it afterwards. I mean, it's close. The Barbie Forever hell level actually has more bones than this one, which is surprising because none of the characters in Barbie actually have bones. If you do melt them down, you'd be surprised to find that they just melt into a puddle. There are no bones, but the hell level in the Barbie games is mostly skeletons. Makes no sense. And really, I'm not sure why I'm saying it, because it's obviously complete nonsense. Did I play Ninja Gaiden 4? No, Alex, I didn't, because it crashes for me on my PC. I am now aware of the solution. If I want to play Ninja Gaiden 4, I need to disable resizable bar in my BIOS. Has fixed it for a lot of people, but I'm loath to do that for a game. I'm loath to dick around and change my BIOS settings to make a game work when it should work, so I'm going to wait until they fix it. Should check out Dolmen and Tormented Souls 2 for Halloween. I've played Tormented Souls 2, Alex. In fact, on this very channel there's a video about Tormented Souls 2. But thank you anyway. So tell me more about the things you played. Doom 2012? What's Doom 2012? There's Doom 2016, which was the reboot. And there's Doom Eternal, which may be where this background came from. Could be Barbie game, could be Doom Eternal. Oh, the soundtrack right now, Tom, yeah. Not a Doom game at all. Episode 13, making up years. What a joker. What a joker. There was no 2012. None of us lived it. Or at the very least, there was no Doom game. So, I started this one late. Excuse me. Oh no, it's there again. I'm going to cough it out. I started quite late. Normally this would start at 8 o'clock. I started about 9:30. Reason being, let's just say it's kitten related again. It's always people coming to see kittens. I'm like, don't get kittens. People will try and visit your house if you get kittens. It's very frustrating. But that's what happened. The cancelled Doom game. Oh, I mean with the secret knowledge and trivia. Who dared cancel a Doom game? That's not true. Yes, Pete 13 is here. The real one, not one of the other episodes that popped up in recent weeks. Was it a sneeze, a cough, or a burp? It was like a mild choke. So cough would be the closest approximation there. Definitely wasn't a sneeze, definitely wasn't a burp. It's like I inhaled a little bit of coffee. It was not a blurp either, no, no, no. What do you mean, me and my bloody cats? What do you mean? They're good. Tell me more about the games that you've been playing. So I haven't played that many games this week. I played Tormented Souls 2, which I did a little... I never answer my door. Never answer your door no matter who it is, and never invite them in. It is sound advice that I would normally follow, but my wife let them in. So I played Tormented Souls. I did a video on it. I'm going to find the video, my own video. Boost the view count by 1. That's somehow managing to triple the view count on the video if I just watch it once more. But... oh shit, I can't even find it on my own channel. That doesn't help, does it? That doesn't help. Yeah, Tormented Souls. Played a little bit of this. Made a video on this. So if you want to know a bit about it, watch the video at some point. That would be nice and easy. Very spooky faces. Quite an interesting game if you like old horror games, if you like old style Resident Evils, if you like the tank camera. It doesn't play with tank controls. You don't have the clockwise, anti-clockwise kind of movement, but the controls are cumbersome in their own right. And it's got that sort of Resident Evil pacing and vibe as you walk around this nun's convent solving various puzzles and doing horror that's not actually that scary but keeps you feeling tense. Haven't finished it, only played it for a few hours. Probably won't finish it, but it's alright. It's alright if you like that kind of thing. Do you like that kind of thing? Does anyone here like that kind of thing? Horror games? What if it's you at the... oh shit. Something went wrong there. What if it's you at the door? Chronic, I would let Chronic in, he would bring good snacks, probably. As you finished Split Fiction, Pacific Drive, and you can't finish the finals, but you're playing the finals. I haven't started Split Fiction. It's actually, I really want to have that one done by the end of the year, which doesn't leave me very long now. It's not going to happen, is it? I need to get to that. It should be a damn fine game. It should be a game that I would enjoy. Possibly one of my favourite games of the year. And I haven't played it yet. That's just going by the quality of that old Joseph's other games, you know. The other co-op games, the It Takes Two and whatnot. If Split Fiction is a step up from It Takes Two, then it's probably amazing, and I really should have played it. But, Tom. You can't... Fine. I'm just going to let that one go. I haven't seen enough vampire movies. What, with the invites? No, I haven't actually seen that many movies at all in my lifetime. Can't remember any. Not a single one. Never seen a movie. Nope. Or just vampire movies. Like, I've never seen any movie. After season 9? Wait. Evening Joe. Evening Joe. Has anybody tried the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale yet? That's what I should have up, the trailer for that. Except something's playing up. Something's not working right. Have I left all kinds of shit open that shouldn't be open? Maybe. Battlefield 6 Red Sec. If only I knew anyone that knew how to type. So I don't like Battle Royale games in general. The overall, like the pacing of them, where you drop in, run around looting up, get into a single encounter with a single enemy of any variety, get killed, go back to the menu. Doesn't work well for me because I'm shite at them and I just die. But I don't like the loop. However, that aside, this looks really damn good as Battle Royales go. And of them, Apex Legends was like my favourite of the Battle Royales, the most tolerable. And this one might be the new most tolerable. Because you can blow stuff up. I don't think I'll enjoy a Battle Royale where I've dropped and I'm running around with a pistol and there's people in tanks and helicopters. Like, that side of it is going to frustrate me, I'm sure. But blowing up buildings, you know, which is also the appeal of baseline Battlefield 6. There were way more drugs consumed during the second half of Pete's Keeper playthrough. Did you enjoy it though, Pete? Would you recommend it? Would I enjoy it? Do you think I should play Keeper at some point? How long did it take to get through? So you have a very good first impression of RedSec. But you liked Call of Duty Warzone as well, didn't you? You're a bit strange like that. You enjoy the Battle Royales more than I do. Chronic, you loved PUBG. PUBG is actually still really popular. I don't know a single person in the world that plays it, but it always ranks really highly on the like concurrent user lists and stuff like that. So somewhere in the world, there's a bunch of people still playing PUBG. But this one is not like PUBG at all. I like just the building falling over in the trailer is enough for me to know that it's worth a little look-see. That dickhead throwing C4 onto a little drone. I'm just going to get destroyed by people that know what they're doing. Chronic's got the sad face. Some 12-year-olds you know talk about playing what PUBG. Interesting. You think I might find the first half a bit slow? I never finished Harold Halibut. I can't remember if I was enjoying it or not, because I played that on stream, didn't I, for a good number of hours. I had to go back, study my facial expression, come to the conclusion that I didn't ever like any game ever because my face doesn't express emotion. So I will study all the videos and go, yeah, that guy doesn't like any games. Oh wait, that's me. I guess I don't like games, and I'll find a new hobby. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's all bots and stupid skins now. They ruined PUBG. I've seen evidence of the stupid skins. I know they went the same direction as the entire lot of the Battle Royale industry. To be fair, I don't think Apex Legends went that silly, or if Apex Legends did go silly, it managed to retain its quite distinct aesthetic anyway, right? They did well in that game in terms of like character silhouettes and things, and I think they probably maintained those okay, even if they did start licensing silly IP, which they may or may not have done. I haven't played it for long enough to know. Whereas obviously Fortnite thrives off of pop culture, and they get away with it because it's just what Fortnite is. It's gross and horrible, but there is no Fortnite without it. But when Call of Duty chased the Fortnite dream and put Levi Ackerman into Call of Duty Warzone, and then followed that on with like Ren and Stimpy and Beavis and Butthead and Nicki Minaj and all the rest of it. But Levi Ackerman was where it started. It did not suit that game at all. Crock of shit. And I'm guessing Battlefield 6 RedSec hasn't got any anime characters in it just yet. Any Ninja Turtles just yet. Any PlayStation mascots just yet. But over time, I'm sure they'll chase that money as well. Make it more and more silly. My face often displays a very emotional despair expression. Yeah, that's what I mean. I can do despair. That's just lies of P, right? You're not talking about anything else. I don't despair about much else. Hey, no spoilers. This is for Tom. But is that all it is? So wait, the only question that matters though, is it the best of all the Lighthouse and Bird type games? Oh, that's a big question. You could broaden it a little further and just say like, just Lighthouse. Is it the best of the games where you play as a lighthouse? Don't even need to narrow it down to having the bird as well. Baz, do I think Xbox is dead? Like, no. But also yes. It depends how you frame it. I'm not sure actually why they still call it Xbox. Xbox is Microsoft Gaming now, really. And for time being, they've obviously decided that the Xbox brand name carries enough kind of gamer credit to be worth keeping for a little bit while they transition over. But beneath all that, it is Microsoft Gaming now. It's weird because Microsoft are actually historically terrible with naming as well. Like Microsoft Office was a fine name for using Excel and shit like that, right? And then they changed that to, what did they change it to first? They changed it to just 365, but now it's like it's actually called Copilot, I think, or Copilot 365. Like their naming team, wild. So I'm surprised they haven't actually just dropped the Xbox name entirely and said, oh, this is like Copilot Gaming now. You can do it. That phone that you're reading this message on, that's a Copilot gaming device. So give it a couple of years and maybe it will be. Xbox will be dead. Copilot Gaming will publish Halo everywhere. Tom, this is providing multiple off-ramps right now. Thing is, I don't see Microsoft entirely off-ramping like Xbox as a platform, right? And whatever hardware they're putting out next is going to last a little while. They're going to support it for a while at least. The Windows, what we call the Xbox Store at the moment or whatever, isn't going anywhere. They're not going to want every PC/console game sold to give 30% to Steam. So no, Xbox is not dead in that regard. Like they're going to try and fight and claw to have it be a relevant storefront and platform. Part and parcel of that will be hardware for a little while. And they will exist making games for a fair while as well. Of course, they spent $100 billion on studios, you know. Is it good or bad for an Xbox fan? Both. I don't really understand why, like, I don't understand why anyone will be loyal to any of these companies in the way that people are anyway. But Xbox has under-delivered for quite a lot of years, so for them to now be where they are actually delivering games is probably, like, in some regards the best they've been. For me, for all there is to complain about in gaming in general, not just Xbox, not just Microsoft, but for all there is in general, there's fucking loads of good games. Loads of good games coming from everywhere, so complain about them all and enjoy them all, whatever's. You just think it's the management that's running it into the ground. Which level of management? Who's running it into the ground? Where's the direction and directive coming from? You mean console fan-wise, you think they're giving people off-ramps from the console? Like, sort of. I've seen, I can't remember who said that. It was Colin Moriarty, wasn't it? Described the next Xbox as an off-ramp. And being consumer friendly for that reason, but it's quite an elaborate off-ramp if that's how it's intended. Quite elaborate. To build an entire piece of premium hardware and hope that people do like a gradual migration away from the console side of it. I don't know. I'm very not phased by what Xbox do and don't do at any given time. I will continue to pick things up if they're good for me and ignore them if they are not. And I will never forgive Microsoft Gaming for the mismanagement of Asheron's Call 2. Or for not giving me VR in a Forza Horizon game. They will likely bot build it and just slap a sticker on someone else's device. Well, the talk of the next Xbox, they will likely not build it, I see. The talk of the next one is that, like, they are building one more thing. And it does function as a PC, but it does also have like console compatibility. At least historically, it will run all of the console library, the Series X games, the 360 games, the Xbox One games, and all that kind of stuff. It wouldn't make much sense to me to continue to have like a console side, a console SDK, a console platform for games going forwards if it's already functioning as a PC. But whatever's, you know, it's so hard to be enthusiastic about it. I know it's the big like hot topic and controversial thing for people to argue about, but I don't give a fuck. Don't care. Give me the good games. If you don't give me the good games, I'm going to make them myself. That's what I've been up to the last week. I'm learning. Going to make stuff for myself. Fix the industry one foot at a time, you know. Actually, just for fun. I'm just learning things because it's good to learn things. Baz, you reckon it's all coming from old Satya Nadella? But he's only one guy, right? I know he's at the top and ultimately making those decisions, but... Meh. Anyway, that's enough about them. Tell me more about fucking anything. What else is going on this week? And don't forget to get questions in. It's the questions box up, because questions is the best part. Minecraft. Yeah, you've been playing Minecraft. Have you got Plants vs Zombies yet? You did get Plants vs Zombies. Have you played Plants vs Zombies yet? Is it literally the literally the first game that you had on a phone, if you were sensible? And if you have got it, what so you didn't play it yet? What did you pick it up on? Did you pick it up for like your Switch or for your Surface or what? Because Plants vs Zombies was very much a touchscreen game, right? But you could play it with a mouse if you were a goober. But you had to touch the sun as it dropped. That was the thing. That was the gimmick for the tower defense. You never really played it on a phone. You had it on a PC. So I was wondering, because your Surface obviously has a touchscreen, so it would work either way, right? You could play it properly phone style on that. And I think the Switch is probably touchscreen. I hate touchscreens. My fingers they're too dirty. No, stop. What do you mean stop? What did you pick it up on? I'm not being mean. I'm just curious where you got it. Experimental games aren't your thing. Oh, the Lighthouse one. Nothing appeals to... I'm having a lot of trouble with a lot of games at the moment that people are enthusiastic about. Keeper came out and I'm like, yeah, I like Double Fine, but I can't be fucked. And Arc Raiders is kicking about and had its server slam, and I'm like, yeah, it's like 2 buttons to download it and try, but I cannot be fucked. It doesn't look interesting. I don't know. Someone doesn't have Game Pass right now. Oh yeah, that is a cost if you want to play Keeper. Isla, you got it on PC right when it came out, and years later you saw it on an iPad in the Apple Store in town. You're like, oh weird, it's on tablets too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was on phones like a ways before it was on PC. I might be misremembering, but it was, yeah, it was a mobile game to me. In my head, it came to PC quite a bit later. That was like 8,000 years ago though, so things do get jumbled up. Sure. Yeah, but so Pete, you pre-ordered it before even trying it, didn't you? Like before the server slam and betas and things like that. But you pre-ordered it specifically because your family's playing it with you, which is like a nice touch. I'm sure that will make it more enjoyable. And you have played it now, right? Because you did play it in the server slam and it held up for you. You enjoyed it. You don't regret your decision to purchase it in advance. You didn't encounter players that used strafing and devious mechanics like jumping, things that you hate. So it all went well. But as it all comes down to money instead of the brands, you think a lot of people will be leaving just that PCs cost so much and it's so hard for people with the cost of living stuff going on. Yeah, but it's always... like Xbox has always had that about it. It's always been under the wing of Microsoft, and Microsoft have never been like a trustworthy beacon of goodness and hope, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know, like, keep on them while they're doing good for you. Cost of living thing though, like, surely the world has to go on an upturn at some point, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Can't keep getting worse. We can't keep struggling forever. How's anyone going to sell anything if everyone's cost of living forever and ever and ever? It's been, what, like 20 years of it now? Sure. What a world. Plants vs. Zombies was officially released for PC and Mac on May the 5th, 2009. On April the 1st, 2009, there was a music video for it. They announced the port's release date on YouTube, February 2010. Wait, I'm confused. They announced the port's release date on trailer on YouTube, February 2010. So what, the phone version came out in 2010. It was on PC first. Wow, that's crazy. That means you had to left click on the falling sun before it was like actually made. Oh, that's disgusting. Disgusting, I tells you. Feels like 20 years. It has been 20 years. Been presumably since like 2008, right? That's getting on for it. Did things ever go up after that? I'm too young for that whole like financial crisis to be a thing that's real in my memory, but I hear people talk about it. I was there, you know. It should be in my memory. Didn't impact me directly at the time, but I'm pretty sure the world has been on a downturn ever since then, more or less. Pete knows more. The downturn has been 50 years. It's all artificial. Keep us in our place. Devastating. It will never get better, but hopefully you'll be able to get the next Xbox or whatever. Touchscreen is gross. You're correct, the touchscreen is gross, but Plants vs. Zombies in particular just had that, like the resource management being a thing that required moving away from the interface. I haven't played this for 800 years, but I think it was like bars down the left and down the bottom. An action window going elsewhere. There might not have been both. It might be just the bottom or just the left, but action was going on and it forced you to actually look at it occasionally because otherwise you'd miss the sun dropping down, right? And that was one of the primary resource things. So Alex is full of the questions. Will I play Power Wash Simulator 2? Maybe. I've not played Power Wash Simulator 1. Not even played Power Wash Simulator VR. But maybe, I don't know. I don't see myself having killing time in that way. But James has taken a break from Final Fantasy XIV, possibly because he's been swearing and he's been banned again, to say hello. Hello, James. How's it going? Your experience of it was that the mobile version was a weird thing that came later and wasn't as nice to play. Fair. Fair. I've not played many mobile games in my life and I would never describe them as nice to play, but Plants vs. Zombies is the only one that I did touch on that medium. Not true, I played Hero Academy as well, which was nice. You're unbanned, James. You're unbanned and you still came to say hello. What an honour and a privilege. Thank you. Arc Raiders is coming out in 2 days. Alex, you're not listening. Now I'm furious. Already answered that. Furious. Which doesn't matter because you're clearly not listening, so you won't know that I'm furious. You carry on. You carry on. I'm sure the chat messages are good for the YouTube analytics, you know. I'll look at it or say, like, you got this many chat messages. These are things that YouTube tracks. It's very helpful. It's not going to get better. May as well be fapping with coarser sandpaper every night. Oh, Tom. Why do I see Tom's name and still read the comments aloud? Will Copilot Gaming bring back brute force? There's a question for Copilot. Question for Copilot, Luke. You know, you might get an AI remaster of it. Amin's back. Foulmouth James. Yeah, is back as well. Tom. See, James's language might be more foul if you take the words in isolation, but the way that you put them together, I think probably trumps it. I think probably. Yeah, you have a knack for it. Tell me more things to talk about because I've run out. I've run out of things again. Battlefield happened. Oh, we can talk a little bit about Halo. I've already done a bit of talk about Halo. We talked about it on the podcast a bit. Halo campaign evolved. Has the wrong health system. Very upsetting. Nobody's happy about that. It's also been picked up and run with by weird American federal government accounts and Homeland Security and all of that kind of stuff, which is an interesting predicament for Microsoft that they haven't responded to yet, as far as I know. But that you wouldn't expect them to respond to very quickly either, because that's going to take some serious discussions behind closed doors. Annette? If anyone saw any of that, Donald Trump as the Master Chief and weird endorsements of, you know, a Halo campaign against immigrants and stuff like that. Just what you want if you're owning that IP and operating out of America. Have I played Starfield, James? I've played Starfield a bit. I've played it a bit. I got, I don't know, like maybe 6 hours in. I didn't love it. It was alright. If I loved it, I would have got more than 6 hours in. But I didn't hate it either. So it just somehow, it went on the backlog and faded away. So faded away because I figured, nah, this is surely going to have a really good VR mod at some point. And I don't think that ever happened. Chronic, have I watched Ready Player One? I already told you I've never watched a single movie in all my life. But yes, I have watched Ready Player One. Kind of goes against what I said about having never watched a movie. What about it? What about it? As a follow-up, now that I said that I've watched it. Best thing about Starfield was the controller. I never had that controller, and there was like a watch and stuff, and the watch was kind of tempting. Luke's probably got the watch. And the controller, and stupid console wraparound, and probably an actual spaceship. Probably, if they sold one of those. Lovely controller. Do you have the controller? Do you have it in a box, or did you buy it and use it? Oh, James, wild super chat. Makes it all worth coming on. Thank you. Joe has the watch. Do you use the watch, or does that stay boxed as a collectible? Luke has the controller and the spaceship, but he doesn't like anything else about Starfield. Do you generally like Bethesda games, Luke? No, you like their other works? I can't remember. I know we've talked. I know you have an opinion on Fallout, but I can't remember which way it goes. It's too difficult to remember all of these things. I can't remember what I like, let alone what other people like. Baz, you've got it all sealed in a box. I don't have, I was going to say I don't have any limited edition controllers. Would have been a lie. This is probably going to green screen out, but this is the Halo one, which I do use. Still works though, so I'm alright. That's the only limited edition, like, themed controller I've ever had, really. That would be a nice thing to collect, but quite an expensive collectible. You like the Elder Scrolls, and that's it, basically. Yeah, I didn't get along too well with Fallout. I have a weird memory, actually, of... it's wild if it's still true. It should be unforgivable. It's not unforgivable, but Skyrim VR, base edition out of the box on PC. I don't know if they ever fixed it, but I think the audio is mirrored. Because I remember having to mod it, and I've still got the mod. Firstly, you have to mod in proper 3D audio, because Skyrim didn't have it in its VR thing, and it makes a big difference when you're in VR and you're turning your head around to have the positional audio in the right place. But secondly, the audio that it did have was all mirrored from left to right. Like, entirely wrong and broken. How can a game release like that? I can't remember if it was default mirrored or if that was after applying the 3D mod though, so maybe it was the mod's fault. Either way, very silly. Knights of the Old Republic is the best non-Bethesda game that you've played. You use the Doom the Dark Ages controller, you love it. Yeah, Doom the Dark Ages had a couple of nice bits of merchandise, but I figured it was cheaper to just get it tattooed onto my body instead, so I just did that. Now I'm the merchandise. Easy mode. Pete is not in competition because he's removed his credit card details from YouTube. Good job, Pete. I encourage this sensible behavior. I encourage super chats as well because like they're helpful in that, but yeah, not where it's detrimental, you know, to your situation, which always is to an extent, right? Has to be. Make a great challenge mode, mirrored audio. Yeah, depending on the type of game. Depending on the type of game, it certainly could do. Right, what else have we got? I don't know. That was Halo. I didn't even say anything about Halo. Like, it's nice that Halo's going to be playable. It's going to presumably have the good Halo music, unless that was too expensive. I know contracts around Halo music are not easiest to navigate, not cheapest to navigate, not cheapest to implement, but presumably we're going to get good old original Halo. Going to have a sprint. Do people care about sprint? Is that like a controversial, exciting topic around these parts? I'm quite indifferent to sprint. I'm upset that they changed the health system from health packs away from a good system of overshield and health packs onto the typical Call of Duty, like you just get shot a bit and hide. It's always been rubbish, that, by comparison. Sprinting, don't care. I kind of liked conceptually the idea, like with the original Halo, it's not just mechanically, like, is there a sprint button? Is it second nature and familiar to just be able to sprint in a game? But thematically, the idea was that Spartans didn't really need to not sprint at any point. Like, the reason that he had his big floaty jump was supposed to be because the Spartans, and they can jump really high. They're supposed to always be sprinting. They're supposed to always be, like, athletic. Their suit does a bunch of the work and all the rest of it. So thematically, they chose not to have sprint, and it all made a lot of sense. Like, same as Doom doesn't have a sprint. It's fine. They're supposed to be fast. So I'm happy enough without a sprint. But it's also completely whatever. The thing that upset me on the Halo sprinting, jumping discussions is the thing that nobody else complains about, is that the ODST Marines were just as fast and just as jumpy. That's when the illusion of game design versus theme kind of came crumbling down. So ever since ODST came out and they all moved the same way as the Spartans do, they can do whatever the fuck they want with their sprint. I don't care. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. There's a thing happening. There's lots of sparkles. It's Baz. 27 months as a member. Do I have a game of the year yet? 27 months, Baz. Thank you for that. That's awesome. That's a really long time. It's a shame you're not more active on Discord, but you don't have a convenient way to access it, do you? I remember that much. My game of the year so far. What was my answer last week? Or the week before, or whenever I last did this? And has it changed? What have I played this year? I finished something recently. I finished Hades 2, so that would be a contender because I really like it, but it's not. I'd be disappointed if Hades 2 won. So it won't. That wouldn't make sense, to disappoint myself. Like, I'm choosing the answer. Why would I disappoint myself? But what have I enjoyed more than Hades 2? I don't know. Doom the Dark Ages was this year, but that's also not the winner, I don't think. The thing with both of these games is they were both good fun and I liked them both, but they're both sequels to games that I thought were better. So I'd be loath to pick them as Game of the Year, whilst also dying on a hill that their prior games were better. So it would be weird. Expedition 33 is like, it should be a contender, Chronic, but I haven't finished it. I feel I need to finish it, which is so Expedition 33 and Split Fiction, which I haven't even started, so it shouldn't be in contention in theory. Those are then needing to be played before I can list them. What else has been this year? Ball Pit. I don't like Ball Pit. Shinobi is scrumptious. I actually believe that Shinobi might be really good. Enough people have told me that it's really good. I believe that could be up there, and it's obviously quite different to anything else that I've played recently. I know obviously there's a Ninja Gaiden 2D game, and there's been a bunch of other 2D games in the mix as well, but that one might stand out as special, but I haven't played it yet. So Doom and Split Fiction are nowhere near your top 5. No, but you've got Death Stranding in there, and you mentioned a game on Saturday that was up there for you as well, which was Silent Hill F. I've also not played. Okay, I've not played any of them. I don't bloody know what my best games of the year are. Let me have a look at... Baz, you've put me in a loop. I can't think. To be fair, I'm like this every year, though. I never know what game of the year is. I've always never played any of the ones that are supposed to be up for discussion. And I can never remember the ones that I have played. Was South of Midnight this year? Was that last year? I'm not saying this is like up there as one of my top ones. I'm just trying to remember what year I'm in and what games came out. So my answer is I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I hope the Split Fiction surprises. Like, it's not even surprising. I have some expectation that it'll be really good, so I hope the Split Fiction does the trick. James, keep up the good... Whoa! Massive super chat. Thank you, James. Keep up the good work. I'm your favourite YouTuber. Oh, I'm not even a real YouTuber. But the Discord is good, so I'll take that. That's cool. And Final Fantasy 14 is the greatest of all time. Yeah. I do wish I had more time for the MMOs. World of Warcraft calls me and Final Fantasy 14 call me, both kind of equally. Oh, James, that's sweet. Thanks. Okay. That has interrupted my train of thought. Now I'm thinking, how hard do I push back and argue about that YouTuber thing? But I'm not going to. I'm going to take it with grace. And talk about... I don't know. Do we have any other topics? Do we have any questions lined up? I don't think we've got any questions lined up yet. It's payday today. I understand. I have to keep an eye out for James's payday and do as much content as possible when that happens, when it rolls around. As you really want to like Indiana Jones, but you just can't get into it. So Indiana Jones was last year, wasn't it? Technically, like tail end of last year, I think. And I'm like you, like I kind of really respect what they did with Indiana Jones. I think they absolutely nailed an Indiana Jones game. And I got bored. So, I don't know. I think maybe Indiana Jones as a concept suits a 2 or 3 hour film more so than it suits an entire game. So, pacing issue for me. Like, you've done it exactly right. This feels so Indiana Jones. It looks so good. The vibe is on point. And I've had enough of it after a few hours. I wouldn't want like a 20-hour Indiana Jones game either. So, play Luke's scary game. What, Silent Hill F? BA, that's like 70 quid. Spooky Hotel, I could, maybe, that would be cheap, right? Oh, Look Outside, Luke's other scary game. It's Look Outside or Don't Look Outside. I can't remember the title of it, but it's about not looking outside. Interesting. I've got Outlast Trials and stuff to play for scary times as well. Don't do 50 quid. If you did 50 quid, I just feel guilty, especially if you're trying to buy a car. That would be uncomfortable donation. So don't wait. Oh, I see Pete's claiming to have sent 50 quid direct. I see. Ramping up the competition. Yeah, that's not real. Don't do it. So, at Dead of Night, it's like a tenner on Steam. Is that a Spooky Hotel one? Can't do that. It belongs to other YouTubers. But the Look Outside one I can do. You forgot that Indiana Jones was last year. I mean, it was this year on PlayStation, I think, so you can still have it as Game of the Year if you want. Because that one had that bit of a delay, didn't it? Pete, I'm sorry that Isla is calling you a jerk. She gets aggressive sometimes, starts yelling, but you're a nice guy. She doesn't mean it. Bleh. So, I don't know what else I got. The music, by the way, the OST in the background just became a lot more distinct and familiar, a lot easier to identify. But that moment has passed. Perhaps. Other topics. I didn't really have much to say about Halo. Do any of you care about the Halo stuff? Is anyone looking forwards to what's coming? Is anyone mad about where it's going? Have people moved on from original Halo? I'm a bit mad that I tried to play Halo Infinite with JT on Sunday and it just wouldn't launch. So I've said plenty of times actually that I've tried to play Halo Infinite and it just doesn't launch when I'm go to the Xbox store and I press launch, it just doesn't do anything. That was irritating, but it feigned improvement. So the day before on Saturday, Jonathan said, like, we should play Halo Infinite. I was like, it doesn't work, but I'm going to test it on the off chance that it works. And I launched it. And actually, I even jumped into the training mode just to make sure it works. I jumped into the multiplayer training, checked that my keybinds were all present and correct, and was like, it does actually work. But you want to play the campaign, so I'll install that. I installed the campaign on it. Didn't specifically test the campaign, though. So when it came to Sunday, trying to go live so Jonathan can do his gaming, and it just wouldn't. So I'm mad at Halo as an IP. Can't remember if I got around to uninstalling it or not, but I should do. I think I decided, actually, I'll keep it there for when I disable resizable bar to try Ninja Gaiden again. Then maybe everything will all work at once. Watch the At Dead of Night trailer. You demanding. Pete, you best do what she says. Baz, you've still got Chronos to play? Yeah, I've still got Chronos to play as well. Luke, was Chronos one of your Game of the Year ones? I mean, you did predict it. You warned Jonathan that that game doesn't work for me. And even though it had progressed, and actually I think the multiplayer probably does work now, you were still correct. You bent fate to your will. Everything was present, correct, working, tested, good to go, and then Amin placed his curse. The curse of prediction. And it didn't work. At Dead of Night trailer. One moment. At Dead of... Am I on Twitch today? I don't really know. Really Twitch. You know what's funny is I searched At Dead of Night and it doesn't come up with a trailer. It comes up with Markiplier's Part 1 stream. So it's not a real game. It is a streamer's game. It's not playable. I hated it. At Dead of Night. Jacksepticeye. Scariest point and click horror game. At Dead of Night. Koriex Kenshin. This is not a me game, Myla. This is a famous streamer game. You have deceived me. And bullied me for my obscurity. But I'm James's favourite YouTuber, so if James wants me to play it, then maybe. At Dead of Night 2 official teaser from Entertainment Baggy. No, this is you tricked me. You knew that this would be a nightmare to try and find out. Baggy Cat Games, is that real? At Dead of Night trailer 1. This might be real. What is this? Is this the wrong thing? I've accidentally got a trailer for an episode of Grange Hill Halloween edition. Biker Grove. What have I done? Nah. This is 1990s afternoon TV. This is not the game. Is it like is it actually? It's an FMV kind of thing. I could. Oh, I see. Take me back to the Mega CD. There was another one of these FMV games recently that had that Ben Starr in it. That was supposed to be a horror game. It wasn't supposed to be very good, but I was tempted to try that as well because it's only supposed to take a short amount of time to get through, which makes things tempting. And actually, there's a load of games like this. I downloaded several of them to stream. I thought it'd be good stream games, and I never streamed any of them. There we go. You're shitting yourself just thinking about it. Interesting. I think I would be very disappointing. Not disappointed, disappointing. Tony's worst nightmare, We Harvest Shadows. Let me have a look at that. We Harvest Shadows. If it's Tony's worst nightmare, do I want to put it up? Tony content is oft concerning. It wants to show me just IGN and game trailers. I don't want those channels. Fine, I'll bring it up. Official reveal trailer. We'll do that one. That'll do. I can't have resisted the Stanley Parable for years because I played the Stanley Parable a million years ago. Tormented Souls 2 is good. Did you like it, THD? That's I've not seen that name before, I don't think. But I did play it a bit and do a video on Tormented Souls 2. I don't know if you've seen that, if that's how you got it, but yeah, it's an interesting little one, that. Did you ever play Tormented Souls 1? What am I looking at? I mean, what's this game right now? And why is it Tony's worst nightmare? Does he hate time lapses? Maybe this trailer would work better with audio. Right now it's kind of static. Needs more time lapse. This is a gameplay trailer. The We Harvest Shadow demo was great. So that's this one now. To do, leave the house. That is scary. Fucking A. I'm not playing that. It's poking like all of my greatest fears there. There's one or two more that I would layer on. Plant something. It's nice. It's gone off the rails. That's not scary. I'm not scared of planting things. Leave the house. Not keen. Plant stuff. I mean, if I'm already outside. Yeah, why not? From the creator of the first tree. Carry tomatoes. It's got rain. That's not scary. That thing was tiny. Okay, it's a bit bigger there. Fine. So that's like a survival game with a hint of horror. It took 19 months for me to play it after you told me it's good. Stanley Parable is very good. If anybody hasn't played it or seen anything of it, and you are better off not seeing anything of it, go into that one blind if you've never played it. Have a little dabble. It's an interesting little experience. Have I seen RV there yet? Looks a lot of fun. I have, but it's a bit like, yeah, popular, you know? I like to do things that nobody likes. I saw actually, so RV there yet is a friend slot game where it's got, like, we played Repo on Friday as a friend slot game, and there's Peak and all of that kind of stuff, Lethal Company. And on that one, I don't know what the threat is, but you're on like an RV camper van with your little team of proximity chat friends doing camper van things. And it's done well. But there was one of those inspirational Twitter threads of like, this RV game did brilliant and made all of this money. Here's how you can replicate their success. And the inspirational thread said it was an accident. They accidentally left the game listing on Steam before they intended to. They didn't advertise it. There were no trailers. There was no launch, and it had 53,000 wish lists from people data mining it, finding the game by accident, and snowballing from there. How the fuck is that an inspirational thread that anybody can replicate? Accidentally put your game on Steam and hope for the best. Yeah, good advice. Thank you, Twitter entrepreneur, dickhead. Angry I was reading that. It's like, that's not advice someone can follow, and you're dressing it up like it is because you're a wanker. So if that person catches this, your thread upset me. As an aspiring indie game developer myself, that wasn't helpful. The publisher categorized their game as friend slop in the Idea Xbox showcase today, so it's an official genre now, added to the Encyclopedia of Gaming. Oh yeah, so the so IGN hosted another Idea Xbox thing today, didn't they? Was there anything good in it? I mean, it sounds like you've watched it. I have not seen any of it. Were there any standout games there? Anything we didn't already know about, or anything new, like, or anything we did know about that's looking good and coming soon? I think some things probably came out today, didn't they? I think there were some you can play this right now on Game Pass kind of announcements. So I'm opening that little app. publicly for all to see. Oh, Super Ball was one of them. Super Ball is like, it's like a means football game, but with some Overwatch moves. It looks shite. Do you know why it looks shite? It looks shite because Rematch is shite, and this looks like Rematch, but with sillier moves. The Rocket League killer. Behave yourself, eh? Behave. Emotional. Tom, I can go that direction. I can go into the negative emotions. I can pull those out whenever you want. Keep those bubbling under the surface, just ready. I can just reach in and... Mouse PI for hire. Got a deep dive. Mouse PI for hire. Oh, is that the one that's got the black and white, like old Mickey Mouse style first person shooting? So that doesn't sound very first person shooter when you call it Mouse PI for hire. It sounds like it's going to go more detective, so maybe it's a different game entirely. Show me your stupid trailer, stupid game. Can you not maximize them? Oh, you can. Oh, fucking loud. Oh, fucking loud. I don't know. I said mute. Okay. Look at this. Look at this utter ball bags. I see why Pete was so upset by the cartoon characters. I shouldn't be so mean because people like make these things and care about them, right? But I don't need story mode cutscenes for a 3v3 football game. Replicant, you're running a bit late, or I'm running a bit late. We're both running a bit late. Just me, I'm running late. Maybe I'm really early. Maybe this is next week's show. Didn't think of that, did you? I hope you didn't think of that because it's stupid. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I was going to say it's on Game Pass, so we can try it. I'm pretty sure this is a free-to-play game, and the Game Pass one does the whole, like they do with the Riot games, it unlocks the characters and some Battle Pass shit and stuff like that. But, you know, it's very available if people want to try it, as is Battlefield RedSec. It's definitely not a Halloween game. It's not likely to come up this week, but if you want to give it a go at some point, I do willingly try things, even if I think they look kind of terrible. Aphelion looks good. Aphelion. I don't know what that means. Final Fantasy V downloading. So you're getting straight on it. I think, James, I don't hear people talk about 5 very much, but 6 has a really, really strong reputation. And I'm looking forward to you getting there and telling me if it's worthy of that reputation. Because that's one of the ones that I'm most looking forward to in my Final Fantasy retro catch-up playthrough. You'd rather keep the sensibility and reason? Nah, Tom. That's fine. I can do everything. I can be negative and sensible at the same time. You found a Minecraft Wordle called Minecraft or what, and it's going to be like a Minecraft resource block every time or something like that. Does it get updated every day despite like the more limited scope? Not putting down Minecraft when I say that, but it's more limited than the entirety of language, right? It's a crafting grid. Play it. Absolutely not. Do you mean play Minecraft? Does you mean play the crafting grid Minecraft? They open with a few horror games that looked interesting. Agni Village of Calamity. See. Wait a minute. Chronic's wondering whether he should make a giant jam tart right now. No, Chronic. Take a shortcut and just eat the jam. I don't know. What do you mean make a giant jam tart? Do you have like pre-rolled, pre-baked pastries and stuff, or would you do that fresh? Because if you're going to make the entire thing from scratch with your own pastry, shortbread, whatever the fucking jam tart's got, if you're going to make your own tart, then that sounds like an effort. What? I mean, why am I assuming that you're buying the jam? Maybe you're going to go jam your own vegetables. Vegetables? That would be disgusting. Are you going to make yourself a carrot tart? What are you doing, Chronic? I know it's getting late, but why are you making carrot tarts? That's just weird behaviour. Pre-rolled, just add the jam. Okay, yeah, no, do it then. Do it. Either what, you want me to do it right now? You want me to look at this thing right now? You want me to... wait a second. I didn't say I hate things that you like. I can't remember what I said, actually. I thought I said nice things about Minecraft then, more or less. ZachManson.com, is that what you're trying to send me to? Test your Minecraft knowledge with Minecraft or... Oh, I see. So... Okay, fine, I'll say that. Why not? For those that Minecraft... there's a Minecraft crafting grid, so you can make stuff. How does it work? Can you drag stuff and split stuff? No, not stacks. And I say, right, I'm going to make... I don't like it. The control's awkward. I don't want that. You go away. You go away. I'm going to make... Can I use them infinitely? Go away, stick. Wow, this is horrible. I'm going to make a sword. And then you say, I'm making a sword. I don't understand what just happened. It didn't tell me if I'm on the right lines. Or it says I'm not allowed to use those. Guess is 2 out of 10. Nope, too confusing for me. There's a how to play button, but tutorials are for nerds. That's Minecraft though. I hope everyone enjoyed it. What do you mean, wait? Make a boat or something? That's too complicated. I know you tried to help me, which makes it challenge failed. As soon as I received any kind of clue or tip, that's it. That's a loss. I take my defeat, tail between my legs, walk away. Like when I got upset when I was doing some stupid boss on Lies of P, and then Chronic first gave me some ideas, which is like cool, I don't mind that, but then it looked an awful lot like it was being read from a guide. I was like, no, now I've read the guide by proxy, now my whole Lies of P playthrough doesn't count and I have to start again. It was very upsetting, and that's what's just happened right now. My whole Minecraft or playthrough doesn't count. You don't know the answer? Thought you knew everything about Minecraft. Did I beat the boss last night? I did, Replica, and I did eventually beat the boss right on the cusp of stopping the game forever. Everyone was celebrating, including Chronic, because Chronic wants me to move on to Dark Souls 3. Everyone was like, yes, this is a lose. We can write it off. Lies of P can go in the bin and we can move on to a different game. And then the boss fell over. I don't know why the boss fell over. I wasn't even there, like, paying attention to it. And the boss fell over. So I have to carry on. You can probably tell me for sure, Replicant. It's taken me to... is it spoilers to say, actually? I'm going to avoid talking about where it's taken me in case it's spoilers for anyone that's played it. You didn't, Bitlaris, you didn't watch a soul uncrush. My soul, if anything, got slightly more compressed and distressed because it was not over. So it was actually... like, it was a defeat for myself as well as the boss. Nobody won in that encounter. The boss died. I was victorious, but I wasn't the winner. Because now I've got more Lies of P to go. Is the music playing Final Fantasy XIV? You recognise it? That's kind of interesting. I knew that Final Fantasy XIV copied an awful lot of World of Warcraft, but I didn't think they directly copied the music from World of Warcraft, which is where it's actually taken from. So, fairly guilty position for Final Fantasy XIV, exposed by its most ardent fan. Baz, you're looking forward to Fable, Gears, E-Day, E-Day, and High on Life 2. I never finished or got very far in the first High on Life. That one is supposed to work really well in VR, but I didn't do it. It was okay. It was reasonably entertaining for what I did play of it. Gears E-Day, absolutely can't wait for that. And whenever you have these conversations about, like we had earlier, with Xbox being dead or becoming co-pilot gaming or all the rest of it, ultimately, if stuff like Gears E-Day turns out good, then I'll be happy with the result. But still not massively pleased that so many studios are under them. But I would imagine... whatever. No, let's not talk about that again. THD, back to the Halo topics. Do you think they'll redesign the CE campaign? You're hoping for Halo 3 or even Infinite to to introduce the franchise. You were hoping for a Halo 3 or even Infinite to like introduce the fan base to new fans. So they're doing 3 additional missions, like prequel things, and I think they've said they are tweaking, redefining bits of it. So presumably the library, the missions that people didn't like, I think they are somewhat adjusting. But I think they'll get a fairly heavy backlash if they change too much. So I think it has to be more additive and not much chopping. And to be honest, I'm just relieved that what they are choosing to reintroduce is the Halo game, and not like aligning it to the TV series or other media that they have planned. They're not rebooting it into something that I already don't particularly like, you know. If they'd decided that the TV series was actually the correct and canon direction for Halo going forwards, and they were going to start telling that story, then I would have been like, that's not my Halo. Not that interested. But a reboot that is the original that I do, and the original Halo is my favourite Halo still. So to reboot that, I take it. I like that. I like that. It won't hit in quite the same way as it did the first time, but the potential is there. Tom, you're only really hyped for Clockwork Revolution if we're talking Xbox Studios. Clockwork Revolution, you must also, like... Really? You're not interested in Fable and Gears E-Day and like the more established ones? I can understand being more interested in original works rather than like pre-established existing IP and stuff. But as existing established IP goes, those are good ones, and they do look like interesting works that they're doing in those spaces. Clockwork Revolution does look really, really damn interesting as well, though. So I understand. As long as it doesn't get canned, along with all the other things getting canned. And it's like Clockwork Revolution and Keeper and even things like E-Day. These are all things that were greenlit in better times. When the Xbox strategy was more optimistic. So the real question, whether these rumoured or confirmed, actually, I think, targets of high margins and all the rest of it, the impact of those will be felt 3-4 years down the line, more so than the likes of Clockwork Revolution and the things that were already underway. Because I think there was that little flash of time there where ambition was highest, and Xbox actually did a really damn good job of greenlighting things that wouldn't have got through other publishers, and they were kind of a positive beacon in a sense for the industry that gave us things like South of Midnight. You don't have to love South of Midnight, but I don't think you'd see that kind of game from the major publishers and stuff like that. Keeper you wouldn't see from many. So that was never going to last, though. State of Decay 3 as well, yeah, hopefully that turns out real nice. Not to be like prophet of doom as I was, but even when things were good, I always said I didn't trust that it would carry on with Microsoft. Like at some point, the likes of Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond will either step aside or be moved aside or take directive from above, and things aren't likely to stay as good as they were. Seems I was unfortunately ever so correct, but time will tell. 3 or 4 years, see what kind of games they're pumping out, see if it's just Candy Crush, Gears of War, Halo, or if they keep on giving us these kind of smaller little appetizers and juicy nuggets. Tony, good evening. Hopefully it comes out next year. Which one? State of Decay 3. It's strange that they showed, obviously they introduced it with CGI well ahead of its release, and then they did show in-game stuff like a couple of years after that, didn't they, where they had the person on the car. They did the mix, part CGI, part gameplay trailer, and it's gone quiet again for a long time, but they have been developing it for a long time. So hopefully it comes out, and hopefully it's brilliant. It's all we can ask for. Brilliant games. That's quite a lot to ask for. I'm very greedy, very selfish. Brilliant games for me. What else have we got? Do we have any questions in the box? Because I think it's probably reasonable to get to the questions And if there are any topics that should have been discussed and have not been, then you can stick them in the question box, and then I'll be forced to at least read them out loud. That's not true, by the way. I'm not saying here that everything you put in that question box I have to read out loud. That would be ridiculous with the likes of Tom and Tony around. So don't try and screw me over, you know. I'm very sensible, and I'll pick up on it and probably walk right into it. Right, questions. First one is from Pete. If you had to pick a game to demonstrate what a great medium gaming is to a complete novice, what game would you choose and why? Oh. So a complete novice is an interesting one. How long a time frame have we got to demo this? Because I reckon if you've got like elevator pitch, you've got 10 minutes to show someone that the medium is awesome, then you're best going with something that's incredibly easy to understand, like a racing game. Stick them in a chair with a steering wheel and say drive through Forza Horizon or whatever, because there's no explanation needed, and you can kind of see a little bit about what gaming does. See a mean, which is Red Dead Redemption 2, and they'd open the game and it would say hold the A button to ride the horse alongside somebody else that is riding a horse, and then 20 minutes later, when the horse journey ended, they would have condemned the medium to hell. They'll swear off of ever touching a video game again. Like they'll never get to the good parts of Red Dead Redemption 2. It starts too slowly. So, like Coldwell Shark says, it's too full on for that. And I'm not saying, like, maybe when they're into gaming and you want to show them what can be accomplished, how the story can hit, how in depth it can be. Flight Simulator is a good shout for the same reason that driving is. Like, massively easy to understand. Here it is. You know what this is intuitively. Let's see how well realized it is in video games. And that obviously doesn't show them the depth. So I listed Minecraft, which is a lot of people's first game, right? Like, it does get a lot of people into it. So I think it depends on the kind of person and how much of an appetite they have for exploring in the first place. Because if this is a grown-up person that has managed to get into adult life without exploring a video game, then they might be closed off to something as open as Minecraft. But if they are an inquisitive mind who just wants to go out and punch trees and figure things out from there, then obviously it's converted millions and millions of people to play games. So I wouldn't dismiss it, but I wouldn't assume it would convert a grown-up that's cynical or that doesn't understand the medium, you know? But if I had, like, some mysterious power to force someone to put 100 hours into a game to then form an opinion on whether they like video games or not, and I had to pick, like, something that really shows the medium off in a way that would convert them. It's like the Microsoft problem with cloud gaming, this belief that people like video games, would like video games if you just put them in their face. It's an interesting question, Pete. Yeah, go out and punch trees is how you start on Minecraft, right? That's the experience. If you don't go out and punch trees, I don't think you get very... I mean, Isla might entirely tell me I'm wrong on that, but I think that is step one. I think Minecraft even tells you, go and punch some trees. That's the first thing that you're supposed to do. You can go out and loot chests, maybe. So you don't have to punch trees. You can do as a challenge run, you can do a no punching trees run on Minecraft. See how far you get. Dino Crisis Remake. What did James say about Dino Crisis Remake? Wait a minute. Because that's not the game to show someone that... Oh, what would be an awful choice? Very difficult, Pete, without knowing who this mystery person is. What would you give them? Would you make them start from the beginning and be like, this is Pong. You're going to take the same journey I did. Chest, trees and tools. Now Tom is interested in Minecraft. All of those things. Yes, Tom. But you get them in the real world as well. I'm not giving you much of an answer there, but I did actually think about it though, right? I took the question and I thought, so that's pretty good. Oh, next question is up. I see. That's what Chronic's answering. So, Just James has asked, what game would you like to have remastered Panzer Dragoon Saga Shining Force 3? And actually, Shining Force 3 still holds up just fine. So, Panzer Dragoon Saga. And I'd like a proper remake of Lost Odyssey. Pete, you would start at the very beginning and give him Mario. See, like, I know for me, the likes of Mario was enticing and got me to somehow fall in love with video games. But in terms of what the medium is and can be, Mario falls into the like this special category of games that people grew out of, I think. So if it's a person that has not played games because they don't like the prospect of playing games, and they're going around thinking games are for children or whatever, and then you stick Mario in front of them, I think they'll come away going, yeah, that's for children, rather than wanting to play something else. Could be wrong. I've never been one of these people that doesn't like games to really know how they would approach such a situation and such a game, but Amin wants the Punisher proper remake. Luke would shout Brute Force as his one that he wants a remake for. But no, Panzer Dragoon Saga is the absolute. Because it's not just an old game and not just a brilliant game. It's a game that really doesn't hold up. I love Shining Force 3 very much, but I could go and play that right now and I'd enjoy it. Whereas Panzer Dragoon Saga I did try and play like a year or two back. And it's visually quite challenging now compared to having it on a CRT. So I would like that one to be remade or remastered to be more pleasant on the eyes so that I can get through it again. And I would absolutely love to get through it again. Old shot games were built for kids back in the day. No, now games are built for everyone. The only people that love Mario are people trying to revisit their childhood. There's still something to be said for the like the concept of that like condensed joy that Nintendo go for. I quite fancy Mario Wonder, and it's not really about going back to my childhood. I just think it probably feels quite good to play. I don't like the 3D Mario games, so I'm not going to mention any of them. But generally, yeah, like gaming as a medium has evolved massively, and it's weird because I still see people saying like the whole point of a game is for it to be fun, and there's so much more than that as a medium. It's so derivative to it and what it can be. And horror games are a good example of that. Nobody's having fun playing a horror game. It's the wrong word. It's obviously an easy example. Now, Joe, you mean we understand that style, but you think kids now do not want to play them as often? Yeah, that's weird though, isn't it? Because kids can't have changed. Kids haven't evolved through time or whatever. Like, you think stuff that was fun to a kid 100 years ago would be fun to a kid today, but besides obviously the alternatives that are available to them. I don't know. If it was, so if the question were reframed and it was let's do this back to Pete's question, where you can show someone a game to help them understand the medium or get them into it or whatever, answer would obviously be different between like a child full of wonder and a cynical adult that has already made a decision not to play. But Tom, Dead Space and Resident Evil 4 were great fun. You wholly disagree. You don't wholly disagree until you've played Resident Evil 2, the original Resident Evil 2, and Resident Evil 1 and Code Veronica. Like, none of those were made to be fun. They completely eschew the thing that Nintendo is famous for. Miyamoto was supposed to be like, no, it's all about fun. We make games entirely to be fun. There is nothing else. So if what you're doing is not going to bring a smile to someone's face, then you're doing it wrong. No, Joe, horror's not fun. Horror's like, it's horror. It's not supposed to incite the same emotions as Mario. Pete hates horror games. They're not supposed to bring joy. You're messed up. You are messed up. Messed up, Buttercup. Next question, please. Is it already there? It's already there. Hopefully. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. James, I see. He's got the subtle distinction. Hopefully you read my last question right. What game would you like to be remade? Also, Panzer Dragoon Saga. I read your question absolutely correctly. I understand there is that distinction between the remake and the remaster. But Panzer Dragoon Saga deserves both. It deserves a remake where I can play the game as it was, but it just looks more presentable. But also, actually, I'm going to go with the answer that I did give, which was Lost Odyssey. I'd like to see Lost Odyssey be given the Final Fantasy VII treatment. Lost Odyssey holds up a lot better than Final Fantasy VII because it was like a 360 game and it's got the correct screen ratio and reasonable. I think Series X will even upscale it for you, so it's got visually fine, more or less, but it was also an awesome game, and it was very text heavy, Lost Odyssey. So it would be nice to see that one get the proper Final Fantasy style remake. Other people though also throw in the answers to these questions. Lost Odyssey would be great, wouldn't it just? Actually, I want to play Lost Odyssey again in the near future because I've only done the one playthrough when it came out, and it was an incredible game. I remember that much, but I remember so little else about it in terms of the specifics. I think it'll be really good fun to go and play again, so I will do so. Tom said, when are you planning on playing Clip Friction? Would make a great co-op streaming game. And he is of course referring to the co-op game Split Fiction with some unfortunate typing errors. I wasn't going to stream that one though, Tom, because I wasn't. And I don't have an answer. I've been intending to play it since it came out, which I think was February. When I actually get around to it, not sure. Might keep it a secret when I do, because I'm an asshole. Joe, a Hoddle Shark. Hope you don't mind that I keep doxing you with the Joe thing, but that's how I know you. So, if you could Men in Black zap yourself and play one game again for the first time, what would it be? That's so unnecessary because I'm very forgetful. I can't remember anything. I've never watched a movie. I don't know any games. So... So I don't know. Like, I was just thinking earlier in this one today while we were talking about Halo and the first Halo game, and I said I don't think it will be as good this time around as it was the first time around. And I'm remembering the first time around having no idea that the Flood was a part of the game from any of the marketing materials or anything like that. And partly maybe it's just like less connected to it. Maybe being a launch Xbox game, it didn't have the same array of like dedicated Xbox magazines and fanfare. So it was genuinely like, what the fuck is happening right now? These aren't Covenant anymore. The rings aren't what we thought they were. The Halo's not what we thought it was. Everything has been flipped on its head. And that was a hell of a moment. So maybe that one, because to experience that again would be cool. I don't think it would be possible to experience it again. I think if I got Men in Black blipped out right now today, I'd learn everything about the Flood before getting on to playing Campaign Evolved. But the idea would be nice. Bioshock I knew would be a lot of people's answer as one that had, like, because it's obviously got a very famous twist. But I didn't enjoy the middle of Bioshock. So I'm not sure if I would get to the end if I had that one zapped from memory and I didn't know its twist and I started playing it now. I really love the opening hour or two of Bioshock, but then it starts asking you to retread a lot of ground. I don't know, if I played that today I might not get to the end and I might not see the twist, so I might regret having that erased from memory. Oh, Baz, you reckon Split Fiction's not as good as It Takes Two and A Way Out? Interesting. Maybe I'm going to hate it then. You've just ruined Christmas, Baz. Ruined, I tells you. Oh, Tom, you did it for the theme. It did have... Bioshock had the best demo ever. Of any game ever. Because its demo was just the opening... like the opening hour or whatever. Slightly tweaked. They moved some turrets around and things like that to make it more of a standalone thing. But it was just a descent into Rapture. And it was so fucking good. But that was the best of Bioshock. That opening hour or two and the ending. The middle bit wasn't as good for me. Still, fine shout though. If I can knock that from your memory at any point, Tom, I will do so. Let's have the next one. It's probably already there. Wait a minute. Replicant has asked how much would I pay him for the lost Panzer Dragoon source code so that the remake can happen. You don't have it, Replicant. You can't fool me. I'm not that easy to scam, but what do you want? What do you want? I don't think that one is lost, though. And in fact, there was a Panzer Dragoon VR project, which was always a bit too good to be true. But it was supposed to be Panzer Dragoon and Panzer Dragoon Zwei and Panzer Dragoon Saga were all going to be covered in this VR Super remake. And they had, the studio that were doing it had like endorsement from Sega to do it. Not funding, I don't think, though. Just the endorsement and right to use the property. That project just went by the wayside and disappeared forever. I've not seen it for years, but I don't think it's lost. So, Replicant, you can have anything you want. I wouldn't recommend my soul. But it's on the table. It is on the table. So, stall for time. How can I do that? What else have we got? They're making a film of Split Fiction and you'd watch that. Oh, you'd recommend watching the film instead of playing the game. That's kind of devastating. I don't watch films. I'm still going to try and play Split Fiction. I hadn't heard... Like, this is the first negative word I've heard on it, Baz. And I'm not saying you're wrong. But I reckon I've seen enough encouraging feedback to suggest that I probably would like playing it. Like, even if it's not as good as It Takes Two, it's surely got to be worth a play. Successfully stalling for time. What else have we got? There's got to be loads of other things I'd like remastered. Stuff I'd love to play again. For sure. And I want everybody else to have played Shining Force 3. All three scenarios of it. I want to inflict that upon other people. Oh. THD has asked. Thoughts on the remake of Alone in the Dark? I never played that. And I never played the original Alone in the Dark, so I don't have... I wouldn't be coming at it from like a passionate position, really. There's no nostalgia there. So... I don't know the answer. Did anybody play the Alone in the Dark remake? I remember hearing that it started quite well. Like the first half of the game was pretty good, and then it kind of dropped off a cliff in some way. Like they stopped putting the same level of care and attention into it halfway through. I don't know how accurate that is, but especially as I'm recalling like internet chatter from a long time ago now. But I don't know, what did you think about it? Joe, £2,000 in my hand tomorrow, or Half-Life 3 is released tomorrow. Sorry, but I could use that £2,000. Half-Life 3 can wait, I've got no time to play it anyway, so... Sorry, everyone. But selfish answer, I'll take the £2,000 in my hand. In a heartbeat, really. Will I play GTA 6? Maybe, like, at some point you would think. I'm probably going to play GTA 5 at some point. My enthusiasm for 6 is dampened by the fact that I never got around to doing 5, really. And I kind of, my interest in 6 is only like tech interest, nerd interest, curiosity about what they're going to achieve with it, more so than actually caring about the game as such. Just want to see it. Tony, what? Which devs are you getting angry at now, Tony? I've lost. I've missed something. Next one. How good are mushy peas? Tom. I've never had good mushy peas. And yet my sister loves them. So maybe she hogged all the good mushy peas and I missed out. But I can't give you a strong endorsement myself for the mushy peas. Because I've never enjoyed them. Please don't be disappointed. Please don't think less of me. Please don't make me mushy peas when you invite me round for dinner. Which is soon. Oh shit, that was the last question. It was about mushy peas. Somebody put up a poll about mushy peas. Don't actually put up a poll about mushy peas. It's not the time. Let's have a little moment for... Wait, that's not right. Why is that there? A little moment for some streamception. Ooh. Okay. Replicant not a fan of mushy peas. Good for you. Does my sister have a Patreon you can switch to? She may do. She may do. But I don't want that. I don't want that. So, that'll be the end of Q&A. So it ran longer than I expected considering I started late. I thought I'd whiz through this and be done in 12 minutes. The mirror dimension is happening right now live as we speak. But it is the closing point of the show. Your favourite segment, that's just like devastating for me. Been talking for fucking ages, all kinds of nonsense, and it was all rubbish. All we needed was the mirror dimension and me to shut the fuck up. Which is fair, I understand. I understand. Stop being offended. Never. This is weird. It's not what I expected. Why is the... I can't logic out what's happening. Yes, I can. It makes sense. Because I have this like different effect where the background like dims and blurs when I bring up a window. But when it brings up a window in a window with the background dimmed and blurred, you end up with just the very far point of the tunnel being the only bit that's lit. And I think it actually gives it extra depth that was never there before. I like it. It's good. Now the colour is almost completely gone. So, I was going to play a game after Q&Asa today, but it's probably not worth it at this point in time. I was going to hop onto some Battlefield or some Borderlands or some something or a horror game or I don't know, but I'm not going to now. Too late. We'll have to see. You turned green in the middle. Yeah, that's weird. I wonder where that comes from. I'm getting progressively more green as it goes. Good show. Wow. Thank you, Pete. Agree to disagree on that one. Massive argument. Freaking Replicant out. Which was the whole plan. And that's the end. So, thank you everyone for coming through again and talking to me and making it work and be interesting. Tomorrow we'll have cakes. Maybe you don't hold me to that. And I'll see you in the Discord. Blah.